Greetings, folks. This is the BlackWeasel, and today's my One Piece viewing of chapter 924. So let's go ahead and get right to it. It's 1:52 a.m. on a Friday, and 76 chapters until chapter 1000. So here we go. The name of that chapter is called Ha. Now, 100 chapters ago, it was chapter 824 called Little Pirate Games. After when Kaido got really pissed off at Luffy and Law intervened with his smile business. But I haven't read the chapter yet, so let's go ahead and get right to it. The cover page request is of Sentu Maru chopping wood for an elderly bear couple. The pen name is Dashi. But he doesn't use his broad axe. But he's chopping down wood. Huh. The name of the chapter starts off after Luffy took a horrific beating from Kaido. Like he got defeated in one attack, even while he was in Gear 4. Like Doflamingo couldn't hurt him. Luffy counterattacked against Dogtooth. And when somebody says that guy went all out, eh? And I think Kaido's walking the right way. And one underling says, in just a single hit. And another person says, well, of course he was hit. Master Kaido's club after all. And the guy says, one person says, I'm surprised he's still breathing. And Kaido says, of course he is. And one person says, huh? And Law is thinking to himself, in that condition, our only option is to grab him and run. But what did Kaido mean by of course he is? Anyways, he gets attacked by somebody and he groans out in pain. Ugh! And somebody yells out, stop right there, Trafalgar. Who could that be? Oh, and Law says, this guy again? And it's Basil Hawkins. He comes out of nowhere and he says, the sea stone widely used around the world originating from this country. The only people capable of refining to such a small size are the craftsmen of Wano. What? So, not only are the stonemasons are the Koichi family in this country, but the sea stone actually came from the Wano country. Huh. It has a deep history. Anyways, Law is inspecting his wound since he's a doctor, and he says, a sea stone nail? Oh shit, it means that he's going to take actual damage. Anyways, Basil Hawkins uses an attack called Warabide Sword. Law looks on at the attack, and the scene changes. Anyways, Kaido says, I can't tell if he's unyielding fighting spirit or if it's some kind of false bravado, but he's been glaring at me for a while now. What? And the underling says, what? And the underling says, this guy? He looks, and one of the underlings says, he looks unconscious to me. Damn, Kaido looks really monstrous. And he has an X scar. I wonder who gave it to him. And Kaido starts laughing. Roar, 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 roar. He yells out, throw him in the cell. Once we've broken his spirit, he'll be a formidable soldier for us. Huh. So what, he wants to recruit people? Oh, so that's how he got Scratchman, Apu, And Basil Hawkins, he knew that it'll be worthless. Um, it'll be worthless for those supernovas to fight against Kaido. And also, if he fights, and if other strong people fight for Kaido, he'll be able to have a massive army without killing them at the same time. Because like dead people, when people die, they'll be gone forever. Especially great ones. But when great ones are still alive, they'll be still around. Therefore, like it's meaningful that they're still alive. And the underlings, so the underling says, "Yes, sir." And Kaido also says, "Make sure the word pirate isn't written in the newspaper." He says, "Make sure the word pirate Kaido, the pirate isn't mentioned in the newspaper. It's forbidden for the outside world to have any influence here." What's that supposed to mean? Anyways, the one of the underlings says, "Huh?" And everyone starts passing out, foam in the mouth. Wait, was that Luffy who's doing this? And one of the underlings yell out, "Wah! What happened to you guys?" Another person yells out, "What kind of a joke is this?" And Shutomaru says, "That was Lord Olden's ability. Did that unconscious brat use it?" And I think Luffy did that on his own, but wow, he still has blood from the head. It looks really bad. Anyways, Kaido says, "So, you also have the ability to use Conqueror's Haki, just like that brat kid. We don't need that many Conquerors." Wait, Useless Kid can use Conqueror's Haki? I did not know that. It's like the heavy metal king. Anyways, Kaido transformed into a dragon, and he says, "I'll take care of Trafalgar next time. For now, I want to go drink some more." And he sighs, and he says, "I got him completely sober." It looks like he needs to drink some more. Alright, the scene changed towards Law and Basil Hawkins, so now we can figure out what happened during the battle. And then Law says, "A nail made out of sea stone. I've never seen that before. We're in trouble now. On top of that, I'm worried about Bippo and the rest of my crew, and I can't leave the rest of those idiots by themselves either." The scene changes in Bakura Town, and one of the underlings says, "I think he escaped." And somebody says, "I see. In any case, capturing one of them is good enough for now." And Basil Hawkins says, "I will definitely find them. I won't let them escape from me." Oh, what difference does it make to you? Like he's just supernova. Like he's supposed to be finding One Piece, not working for Yonkou. Shit. Anyways, the scene changes towards Okabur Town, and somebody yells out, "Hey there, Gorobi." And Gorobi says, "I want to apologize. Huff, I need to apologize to Luffy Taru." And somebody's looking on, and I think that's Kimon. And Gorobi yells out, "We wasted all the food that he generously gave to us." And Shuru says, "I just hope he won't feel responsible for this town being attacked, since he's such a kind soul." And Kimon is looking in the background, and he says, "Oh, Shuru, even though it's been 20 years, it's still so beautiful. You haven't changed at all. However, our reunion will have to be fulfilled after we fulfill Lord Olden's wishes." Anyways, Kimon turns his head. He says, "Hmm." And the bull, Carrington Shunto Maru starts running. Clop, clop, clop. And Kimon thinks to himself, "Ashura Doji." Wait, is that him? Well, in the silhouette, he looks really, in the silhouette of the three samurai, one of them was really large, and he had a top knot, just like Shuntomaru. Is that the same person? So why is he going by the name Shuntomaru? The scene changes at the castle, and Kiku says, "Thank goodness you're all safe." Oh, thank God, they survived the attack. They're in a hole, and Brooke yells out, "Oh, Kiku!" And Bippo or somebody else is yelling out, "Please save us! The ground is sinking too fast." And the tiger dog starts barking, and Bippo says, "And we know we gotta save from what happened above. This way, we're gonna sink all the way to the bottom of the ocean." And Sanji says, "Phew, I was able to carry all the ladies to safety." And Bippo yells out, "Save us too!" And Kiku says, "So you were saved by Shino-chan's technique." And Shino, she says, "My mature bewitchment jutsu is capable of maturing the things of this world." And one person says, "That's right, anything that Shino touches will rot." And Shino gets annoyed, and she says, "Hey, phrasing matters." And Kiku says, "While we're all here, I need to tell about the current situation. Please listen to me carefully." And one of them says, "Huh?" And the scene changes just like that. And when somebody says, "Hey, can you speak?" And another person says, she's still breathing." And one of them says, "We need to treat her immediately." Another person says, "We're too out in the open. Let's head into the forest." And Nirashi says, how could he do such a thing to such a young child? Kaido. Oh, yeah. They're going to take care of Tama. Everything's going to be okay with her. But Nirashi is really pissed off at Kaido for what he's done. So he's got a real grudge against him. Alright, the scene changes in Kuri Town, and the narrator says, news of Luffy Taru's scuffle in Kuri has spread throughout the Wano country. And one person is yelling out, "Extra, extra, news edition." And Frankie grabs on towards one of the paper, and he says, "Oh, it's about Luffy. I wonder if he made it into Wano country." Huh? And Frankie gets real surprised at what he's witnessing. And he has a funny face. And Robin, the scene changes, and Robin thinks to herself, and Robin says, "Oh my, Luffy has arrived in what?" And Robin makes a funny face as well. And the scene changes, and Usopp is looking at the newspaper, and he makes another funny he makes a funny face as well, just like Robin and Frankie. And turns out the translation of "ha" are written the same way as the title. And so the author, Ichiro Oda, is making a pun. So that's the name of the chapter. Huh? Alright, the scene changes, and Zoro is eating some wasabi, and he says, "That stinks. What are you reading?" And the old man is explaining to Zoro. He says, "Oh, a samurai named Luffy Taru and Master Kaido." And Zoro is spitting out the wasabi, and the old man says, "Hey, that's disgusting, buddy." He yells out, don't spit wasabi sushi everywhere." And Zoro starts coughing. And the old man says, "Also, you're eating too much. Are you actually able to pay for all of this?" Oh. He didn't show the face. Anyways, the scene changes, and the time changes as well. It's the next day, the Wano country, Udon, and somebody's yelling out, "Beat it! Beat it! Beat the iron!" The harder and stronger the weapons you make are, the more the capital will prosper. The capital will prosper? Oh, pfft. Here I... Okay, the theme of this is capitalism. well, basically the late stage capitalism or the beginnings of it. Anyways, the underling beast pirates are one of them are yelling out, "Your lives belong to Lord Orochi. If you want to he yells out, if you want to continue to live, then beat that iron. If you want to rest, will kill you." What? They're treating them like robots. And one person is yelling out, "Move faster." And one person says, a poisonous fish. And one person says, "What's in the cell?" And one of the underlings, beast pirates, says, "No idea. Our orders were to give it one port. Give it one poisonous fish per day with the bones removed." And the beast pirates says, "We usually use the poisonous fish when we're trying to kill someone, but it seems that whatever's in there is still alive." And one person asks, "Is it a crocker shark or something? Why do we have to treat it nicely and remove the bones?" Alright, a door opens up and the guy yells out, "Hey, it's the rumored newcomer." And the beast pirate says, "So that's him, the man who went against Master Kaido and who went on a huge rampage, destroying the town in the process." And one person yells out, "Prepare yourself," and another person yells out, "You're finally here, newbie." Ah, shit. Luffy is in chains. It's just like an impaled down. But Luffy's actually captured, so he's in jail. And so one person says, "That tiny kid." And another person says, "I thought he'd be at least as big as an all-star." Oh, is he referring towards the disasters? Anyways, Luffy's huffing and puffing. He has bandages around his head because of the bleeding. Anyways, one of the beast pirates says, "The way you're looking at me, I'll make you lose the shine in your eyes in no time." And Luffy looks on. And one of the guards yell out, "What's this?" He's glaring at his guards. And somebody looks on and he spits the fish. He spits something out and he spits the fish bones in his neck. Whoa, he got pierced in his neck. Anyways, the guard starts yelling out, "Yeah, blood!" And the blood is spurting out of him. And one other guard yells out, "A fish bone came flying out of the cell." And another person says, "You idiot! Did you give it a fish without taking out the bones?" And another person says, "What? Is there actually something inside of there?" And another person says, "Nobody knows for sure." And the person starts burping. Is that Kid? Oh, I think it's Kid. Anyways, the scene changes and a door gets opened up and one person says, "Well, first things first, get in there." And they toss Luffy in there and one of the guards says, "And you'll stay here until your will breaks and you pledge your allegiance towards Master Kaido." And one of the guards says, "Starting tomorrow, we'll push you around until you want to die." And another person says, "Well, work you to death." Yeah, haha. So, yep, can't believe it. Luffy is in jail. And that's Eustace Kid. Boy, that's Eustace Kid. Who's that guy? I don't know who he is. And both Luffy and Eustace Kid get real pissed off. And both of them say at the same time, "You'll pay for this, Kaido." And someone's I'm playing some music, and one of them just says, "Hmm?" And one person says, "Ah, you're..." And it seems as though it's curtains. Like somebody says, yeah, and it's over. What? What the hell is this? This is Wano Country First Act Finn. So that's the end of chapter 924. It doesn't even finish what the person, which person said what. So it's connected by fate onwards towards the next act of the Wano arc. And One Piece will be on break next week. It will resume in West Shonen Jump issue 52. Well, I sort of figured that was coming. Like, there had to be a break sooner or later, but it's the first act of the Wano Country coming to an end. Luffy gets his ass kicked and meets sitting in the next cell next to Yusa's kid. Well, that's that.